Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, we spent some time talking about the standard form and the word form of decimal numbers. As you can see, I have written out a number in standard form. We're going to talk about the word form of it, and then we are going to introduce expanded form. Expanded form works the same way as it did with whole numbers, with just a small little twist, but you guys are smart and I know that you can handle it. So, the beautiful thing about word form, and my favorite thing about word form, is that you write it exactly like you say it. So in this case, I see my number. If I want to say that, I don't have anything in the whole numbers place, so I don't have to say 0 and. You just jump right in and you say 253 thousandths. And that's because there's a 2 in the tenths place, there's a 5 in the hundredths place, and there's a 3 in the thousandths place. And since it extends out to the thousandths place, that's what we land on. Or excuse me, that's what we end on. So the word form is 253 thousandths. Seems easy enough, right? Now let's talk about the expanded form. Now, as you know, and as I went over, there is a 2 in the tenths place. So what I'm going to write, just like expanded form, and just like with a whole number, now let me review this real quick. If we have an expanded form and the number is 41, we would write 4 times 10, because there's a 4 in the tens place, plus a 1 times 1, because there's a 1 in the ones place. Okay, but that's just a little review. Don't worry about that. I don't want you to get confused. So for the expanded form, we would write 2 times, oh my gosh, how do I write a tenth? How do I write a tenth? There's a 2 in the tenths place, but I don't know how to write a tenth. You just write 1/10, just like a fraction. 2 times 1/10, plus, there is a 5 in the hundredths place, so 5 times, and then it's 1/100, 5 times 100th. And then, last but not least, you'll see that there is a 3 in the thousands place, so it is 3 times 1/1000th. And that's how you do the expanded form. See, it's not as tricky as you thought. Let's keep trying some more. All right, I am back with a brand new number. I have the standard form of the number, which just means the number form, and we need to determine how to write the word form and the expanded form. So, in order to do word form, we just write it exactly the way that we say it. And that's why we practiced with so many of those numbers saying them yesterday. So if I wanted to say this number, I would say 7 and, because 7 is our whole number, 7 and 632 thousandths. So 7 and 600, I'm not going to shove 32 over here, 32 remember, thousandths is just thousand with a THS. So 7 and 632 thousandths. Notice how I didn't say 7 and 632 thousandths. Remember, we're only doing an and when it is our decimal point. You do not add ands in the middle of numbers. Now we need to do the expanded form. We have a whole number here. We have a 7 in the ones place. So I'm going to write 7 times 1 because that represents the 7 in the ones place. Now I need to add it. I have a 6 in the tens place, so I need to do a 6 times, and then you put 1/10. Now I need to add, there is a 3 in the hundredths place, so I'm going to do 3 times 1/100th. And then I need to add, there is a 2 in the thousands place, so I do 2 times 1/1000th. Hope that makes sense. We're going to practice with just a couple more. All right, I have another number. I stuck it really small up at the top. If I wanted to say this number, I would say 6 41/100ths. If I wanted to write it out in expanded form, I would do 6 times 1 because there is a 6 in the ones place, plus 4 times 1/10th because there is a 4 in the tenths place, plus 1 times 1/100th because there is a 1 in the hundredths place, and that is the expanded form of that number. Let's go over the expanded form of one more number. As you can see, there is an 8 in the ones place. So to do expanded form, I would do 8 times 1 because there is an 8 in the ones place. Add 9 times 1/10th because there is a 9 in the tenths place. Then add that to 9 times 1/100th because there is a 9 in the hundredths place. And I'm going to skip down to the next line. Add that to 6 times 1/1000th because there is a 6 in the thousandths place, and that is the expanded form of that number. Now let's erase this, and I'm going to tell you what problems you are going to complete for practice, and then I think you have some boom cards that you need to do. Page 159 in your math book, problems 13 and 14. I'll post the answer key in the next section. Again, that's page 159 in your math book, problems 13 and 14. Check them, then you've got some boom cards. Have an awesome day.